I believe Tyron will win. Yeah, he take the W.
By decision, knockout? How do you think it'll be?
I think that fight goes distance. I think go decision.
All right, all right. Well, another fight we wanted to ask you about is UFC 229. Obviously, we know that's Khabib versus Conor McGregor. The countdown is on. We are just 31 days away from the biggest fight in UFC history. It's on October 6th. And the question is, of course, at one point you were scheduled to fight Conor. You had to pull out, you had a broken foot. You dealt with a lot of trash talk from Conor. And then you also dealt with a lot of trash talk from Colby Covington. So if you had any advice maybe to Khabib, do you think Khabib is immune, to the Conor trash talk? Or, because it did seem to get to you, the trash talk from Colby. And so if you had advice to give to somebody on how not to let that bother you.
Yeah, I think, just stick with, on the fight night, once you get locked on the cage, you're gonna be you and the guy only, stick with your game and don't try, play that game, On the fight night, gonna be two men locked on the cage and, the better man will win.
Now, you fought Khabib, it was a long time ago, but what was the biggest thing that surprised you in that fight with Khabib?
Yeah, it was, his ability to... I knew going to that fight that he would eventually take me down, but I think his ability to control me on the ground was, after that fight, in 40 days, I fought again. I didn't have much damage, almost zero, but his control, he does have a good control, the ability to control the opponent on the ground is really good.
We saw Chad Mendes have some success taking Conor McGregor down. Now, Khabib can wrestle. Is the superior wrestling good enough to beat Conor McGregor?
I think so. I think Khabib has a lot of advantage on this fight. Once he don't rush out and try to close that gap too quick, wait for the right time to get close. And Conor, got good hands. His left hook's really good. But I think once Khabib put the hands on him, it's gonna be over.
Well, you talk about Conor's left hook, though. That's the thing, is Al Iaquinta was able to land on Khabib, right? So, obviously that's the way Conor can beat Khabib, is just through the stand-up, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see other way that Conor can beat Khabib by, caught him with some punch or something.
All right. So then, again, the question is, and new, do you think Khabib will be the champion, or do you think it's going to be Conor?
And still, I think Khabib will keep that belt.
How do you see this fight going? Does he dominate him? Does he win a decision? Does Conor get a knockout the only way? How does this fight play out when you think about it?
Looking at the 5 rounds fight, I think if Khabib put him down on the first round, I think he could get a finish. He's gonna pound him, and he got good control. He's gonna lay on him, on top on him, and it's gonna be a long night for Conor.
Well, Conor had promised you red panty night. I don't know if you'll ever get it, but with 229 still a month away, anything, of course, can happen in this crazy sport. So to make sure the pay-per-view does go off without a hitch, we have hired Fox Sports' conquistador of contingencies, Tommy Tofold.